Alright, what is going on? Welcome to the Sunday watch list. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 stocks that I'm watching that look very good for a big move this week. Okay, these 5 names are SPY, QQQs, AMD, Meta, and Tesla. Let's break down what I'm watching on the charts, what levels I have on the charts, and what do I think of these big moves that can happen this week. Okay, so first things first, let's look at SPY. I really like SPY because it came down to the 200 moving average on a daily chart and it started bouncing off there, and we saw a big bullish engulfing candle right here that pretty much engulfed like 5 or 6 of these candles. Now, what is bullish engulfing candles? Bullish engulfing candles, I want to think of them like a Pac-Man. Remember, I don't know if you are that old. Remember the Pac-Man game that we used to play when we were kids? So one thing is eating all of it. So this big candle is eating all these little ones in there. So it's like a Pac-Man. So this is very bullish. Now, what are the levels that I'm watching on it? I like SPY above 432. If it breaks above 432, I feel like it can head up to this level of 436 this week. And if that level breaks, then we have a little gap right here from 436 to all the way to 438.5. I don't know if you can see. Look at this. Very clean level gap right here. So we have a gap here that I think we can fill this gap. So 438.5 can be next. Okay. If that level breaks, we can head up to 440-ish. But towards the downside, there's 200 moving average there. I really want to see a break of 420. If I have to take a trade towards the downside, 420, then the move can happen towards 416, which was a weekly and daily level in the past. Like, look at this. This is a weekly and daily level. But I really like this weekly candle. Look at this. Very, it's a pin bar candle. It's a bullish candle. Pin bar candle on the weekly, and then on a daily chart we have a bullish engulfing candle. So I like this above 432, move towards 436, and then 438.5. Okay, below 420, we'll see how we go, but I'm not too sure about the downside. So let's give it a rating from 5 stars. I'll give this literally 5 stars because 5 being the best trade that I like, 1 being meh. So I'll give this 5 out of 5. Okay, so this is good. Let's look at next one, which is QQQs. What do I like on QQQs? QQQs will, let's look at the weekly chart first, okay? So on a weekly chart, this looked like it is bouncing off the little trend line on the bottom, right? You see this? 1, 2, 3, and on a weekly chart, it bounced off this little trend line, and we got this little pin bar candle, very bullish candle on the daily as well. Look at this. Bullish engulfing, it engulfed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, literally 5 candles from the past, just Friday, with a lot of volume. So what am I watching on this? I will take a trade above 366, move towards 370, and then we can see a move towards 372 point, hang on, this is done, move towards 372. All right, 372 here, and then we can see a move towards 374. Okay, I like this. I like this because it bounced off this little trend line on the bottom, and now clearly we know that the buyers are there because of this clean bullish engulfing candle, the Pac-Man candle, and now it can make a move. And also there's a little trend line on the top. I don't know when it's gonna break this trend line, but whenever it breaks this little trend line on the top that's running across, it will make a very nice move that is basically above 375. We'll see a move towards 380 rather quickly. Again, out of 5 stars, I'll give this 4 stars. The reason only is because the moves are not very big. So 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, and this is SPY. That's done. Let's look at AMD. So this is AMD. Again, we saw a very bullish candle. Now the reason why I say it's a bullish candle, because there was this thing forming, little trend line forming across right here on a daily chart. We had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th touch broke, and it broke with a lot of volume. So what I personally feel now, because it broke with a lot of volume, that the new trend will basically pick up, and also from the bottom it bounced off the 200 moving average, and we started making higher lows. Now it can make a nice move. Now what are the levels that I'm watching? I will take a trade above 108.5, gets about 108.5, move towards 110. Yeah, 110. I like that. And then we can see a move towards 112. And if that level breaks, next is 113, 114. All right. Towards the downside, I personally think it will come down to this trend line. It will come down, bounce off this trend line, and make a move higher. So basically, it will be like this. It'll come down and it will bounce. Let's see how we go. But I'm open to it coming down and bounce at that critical level, or it's just pushing right across, because on a weekly chart this looks very nice as well. You see this beautiful move? Okay, so out of 5 stars, I'll give this 5 stars again, because I really like this, because a new trend can be beginning because a trend line broke. All right, next is Meta was in huge chop from last. Like, look at these wicks up and down. Like, this is very, very hard to trade. But what happened recently was Meta was forming this little trend line thingy on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 touches. It broke with a lot of volume, and I really, really like this now. Okay, so what are the levels that I'll be watching? Because it broke already 312 and it made a move towards 316 already, now we need to dig a little bit deeper and see where the next move can be. I personally think because this is a critical level of roughly this little zone was a very critical zone. Let me make this on my charts. Okay, this zone was very, very critical, and this is 312 down to 310. It's a $2 zone. I understand, quite wide zone, but I personally think it will come down to this zone, have a bounce, or it come down to this trend line and have a bounce. So if it does come down, I'll take a trade. Out of 5 stars, I'll give this 4 stars. The only reason is because it already broke out of the critical levels, not like AMD, which is still holding the critical levels but broke the trend line, because it already made a very big move. Otherwise, if it kept pushing higher, I'll take a trade above 318. 318 move towards, we can see 324. Okay, but again, a big but here is that I want to see a break and still hold the critical levels, but this one already broke the critical levels, so either we have to take it on the weakness, or above 318 move towards 320 and then 324. Out of 5 stars, I'll give this a 4-star play. Okay, now next comes Tesla. So, what's happening on Tesla? I really like Tesla. If you check the weekly chart, I really like Tesla. The reason is it held and closed above the 80 MA on a weekly chart. And now, what do I think can happen on this move? Let's make a little trend line on the top. There's a couple of trend lines that I was watching before. One was this big trend line running across. You see this? It started in 2021. 1, 2, 3. Quite a lot of touches. Then once it tried to break but couldn't, came below 4, 5, 6, 7. This one, and the other one is the recent trend line right here running across just from these levels. Alright, you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 4 touches here. Now, what do I think that Tesla can make a move? Now, I will take a play above this trend line break, or a small size play will come above 264. Okay, if it breaks 264 level, I'll take a small size play, and then if it breaks above this 268 level, which I think can head to this week, 268 level, we will make a move towards, because it will break this trend line. I personally think we'll make a move towards 272.5 or 272, and then this trend line will be breaking, then we can make a move towards 275 or 276, 278. All right, but again, because this is a huge selling pressure will be there because of the huge trend line. We'll see how this goes. Again, out of 5 stars, I'll give this a 4-star play, only because there's a couple big trend lines running on the top, so we'll have to be a little bit careful about what can happen. Okay, also there's a little trend line running across on the bottom as well. This is very tiny trend line, but a lot of touches. Look at this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches already, right? So we'll have to watch towards the downside as well, just in case if it breaks towards the downside, below 250. If it breaks below 250 again, it can make a move towards, these will be small moves, not much, 245, still not bad, $5 move, and then move towards 240. Okay, so I'll be watching this, both sides, either to the upside and to the downside, but this is a 4-star play, not a 5-star play, only because it kind of looks a little bit messy, but we have a thesis. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let's go. This is a big week, and hope this week is the best week of your entire life. I'm so excited for you. Let's freaking go.